Hello and a very happy Lunar New Year to everyone celebrating. My name is Jasmine Lim and welcome back to another episode of Badminton Weekly. Today, it's all about analyzing the start of the season's highs and lows. But before we delve into the discussions with our guests, let's take a moment to review the key highlights from the Asian League with this breakdown video.
Threw himself at that one, Kentanissimo, what a rally. Iohori, massive moment for her. Ryan Yang has pulled off something truly remarkable here. They are the most successful ever player or pairs. Anders Antonsen has won it for a second time. It's the first back-to-back men's doubles champions at the Indonesia Masters.
As you just saw in the video, the Asian League was a memorable one for a couple of reasons. And joining us today to talk about how the Asian League has unfolded, please join me to welcome former Singapore player Danny Bawa Krisnanta. Thanks for joining us during this festive period, Danny.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
So Danny, before we go on, what do you make of the start of the season? Is there anyone that caught your eye, and were you surprised by anything that went down during the last 4 weeks in Asia?
I impressed by Anders Antonsen. Yeah, he's showing consistent performance by winning back-to-back titles. Yeah, actually his standard was high, but by consistent performance means he level up. Yeah, during this final Olympic qualification, Anders is the most
Impressive.
Yes, and then I surprised by Jonathan Christie performance.
Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan end 2023 with a good performance, good result. So we expect for him to start with a good performance in this 2024. In Malaysia, he plays Srikan. Yeah, his level is still higher, so he expected to win. India, he lost to Lee Jia. Yeah, he's supposed to win Lee Jia. Maybe he need to work hard for the match, but he still expected to win this match. And then in Indonesia, he play against the China player Lu Guangzhou. Yeah, he play home ground with support the home ground fans, and then so I surprised by these three. Not a good result by him.
Okay.
It's of course something to worry for the Indonesian, because Indonesian history for the Olympic is gold medals. Yeah, so how can Jonathan react to this condition now? Yeah, if he make it as a motivation, he will jump and back to the best performance. But if he feel pressure, yeah, it will be hard for him to coming up again.
So it could swing both ways at this
Yes,
point.
yes.
Either he goes back to how good he was and maybe even better, or it could go the other way as well.
Yes.
Moving on to the men's doubles category, it has been the tightest discipline lately, with different pairs at the top position at different times. But my question is, Danny, who do you think really owns that top position?
The Indian pair,
Okay.
Satwik and Sethi. Yeah, they have strong game attacking, and now their defense is getting better. Yeah, and then Chinese pair, Wang and Chan, they have a good defense, counter attack is similar with Chayun and Fu Haifeng, but they still need more years to gain experience. And then the last one we have Kang and Xiu. Yeah, Kang and Xiu, they have a strong defense, consistent game, and then they have the power attacking. So I think because to be world #1, you need to be consistent, consistent at the top. So I think Kang and Seo deserve to be the top.
Okay, so Kang and Seo you think is the top duo against, Chirac and Shetty as well as Wang and
Yes.
Chang
Yes.
because of consistency.
Yeah, consistency. Yeah.
And another pair who has also shown improvement mentally and physically is Singapore's Terry He and Jessica Tan. We had highlighted their strong performances during the Asian leg, but Danny, do you have any insights on what sparked this improvement?
Their level actually is quite high, but they struggle to have a breakthrough achievement.
Okay.
Yeah, so and this is very important to boost their confidence. Yeah, so after this breakthrough is their level up, so they high chance to achieve more after this. Their game have improvement for Terry and Jessica. They have stronger defense, counter attack, endurance. Terry endurance now is make different in their game.
Well, that's obviously good news for the Singapore team, but I want to ask about Loh Kian Yu. He was so close to breaking his title drought. And as a coach yourself, what do you think is lacking before he can clinch that long-awaited title?
For game-wise, if I'm part of his team, maybe I will suggest to work on the defense to allow him to face the game. Because currently he's playing rally attack.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, very aggressive attack. But if he can upgrade his defense, his game will be more dangerous. I don't think he will affected much by the pressure, but more on how clear his vision to the goals. How can he motivated more? Motivation on him more important for his performance. Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, Danny. It is always great to have someone else on board. Now, while he may not be in the studio with us, we're thrilled to have Steen Pedersen joining us for another edition of The Expert Pick. This time round, Steen is going to dissect Lee Cheuk Yiu's stellar performance in Delhi and how his new coach, Wong Chun Han, played a vital role in his run.
Hi, I'm Steen Slicer Pedersen, BWF commentator. The men's single category in the Asian leg in January tournaments, they were very interesting. We saw some magnificent performances from Anders Antonsen, who won 2 tournaments. Cheuk Yiu won 1 tournament and finished runner-up in another one. But I think it's a different player that is really interesting to look at because he improved a lot compared to his previous results. That's Lee Cheuk Yiu from Hong Kong.
Lee Cheuk Yiu creates history. He's through to his first ever Super 750 final.
Well, we noticed Lee Cheuk Yiu on many occasions before. He had 2 finals in 2023, and not least, he won his home tournament back in 2019, the Hong Kong Open. But to me, he's always been a player who performed better in very fast playing conditions, fast shuttles, and a lot of drift in the hole. That suited him well. That's why it was so surprising to see that he was doing so well in India Open, because that was definitely not his normal preferred playing conditions. Normally we see Lee Cheuk Yiu with a very aggressive do-or-die playing style where he really tries to get on the attack, plays sharp at the net and is strong at following up on the front court. That's why it was so refreshing to see him play in India. We saw a much more patient edition of Lee Cheuk Yiu. We saw him walking around between the rallies, calming himself down, urging himself to not sort of get ahead of himself and play too hasty. His patience was founded in a stronger ability to endure the longer rallies. It's not like they didn't hurt him, they did, but he was able to come back, he was able to recover quicker, and he was able to oftentimes control these longer rallies with an enhanced shot quality. That's super important in my opinion, that his shot quality allowed him to control the rallies in a different way, in a non-attacking way, so to speak. Good clears, right trajectory on the clears. The same goes for his lifts from the front court, and that also made sure that his defense could withstand the attack from his opponents. A couple of the things that I feel Lee Cheuk Yiu has improved since I saw him last year, then it is that his timing in his footwork has become a lot better, and his shot quality has become better. He doesn't get in super bad positions where the attack is extremely fierce from his opponent. So his basic game has become much more solid, and that brings confidence to a player that you know that you can always just, I mean, you don't have to attack all the time. You can just play to a draw, so to speak, in the rallies and see what's going to go on with your opponent. So let him do the opening and hit the first attacking shot. Lee proved already in Malaysia Open, pushing Victor Axelsen to 3 games, that he was in good shape. He continued that in India. Now the match against Naroka is the one that to me proves that Lee Cheuk Yiu is a force to be reckoned with also in the future in all kinds of playing conditions, because Naroka is the specialist in slow playing conditions where he can play long rallies and really make his opponent work super hard. That's what Lee Cheuk Yiu did. He took up the challenge and kept playing with the patience that we've seen him display throughout the tournament. And it was a tough match lasting 84 minutes, and eventually Lee came out on top, as we know, and securing his first ever final in a Super 750 tournament. Now, one of the things that was obvious during India Open was the great working relationship Lee Cheuk Yiu had with his coach, Wong Chung Han, the former Malaysian international. The interesting thing is that Wong Chung Han was a similar type of player in his younger days as Lee Cheuk Yiu. Wong Chung Han, very strong attack, super steep attack, and trying to put the shuttle away very early in the rallies. And I think that is beneficial for Lee Cheuk Yiu, that he has a coach that has, or at least has had, a similar playing style to him. Then Wong Chung Han, he would have been able to relate to his own toolbox and say, how is it that we as attacking players cope well with these situations? And of course, when you start a coach-player relationship at a time in the middle of an Olympic qualification period, you basically have to build the plane as you fly it, because you can't take 2 months off where you work on your game and not play in the tournament. So you have to do it whilst playing tournaments, while getting to know each other. And that's been interesting to see that relationship between Wong Chung Han and Lee Cheuk Yiu in India Open, where we can also see in the matches that Wong Chung Han is coaching intensively between the rallies. And that to me is a sign, as I said, that they're building the plane while they fly it. So it's a learning process. Even the matches where you play for qualification for the next round, you play for qualification for the Olympics. And that's also something that I think is super important for Lee Cheuk Yiu, the qualification for the Olympics. He's in a really good spot at the moment, 14th on the Race to Paris list. And I think that means that he's super focused on qualifying for Paris, and that there's a lot of hunger in him to qualify and to do well at the Olympic Games in August. So I think it's fair to say that the Asian leg in January has been a career-changing moment for Lee Cheuk Yiu. It's going to be really interesting to follow him in his road forward up towards the Olympics, but also beyond that. One thing for sure is that as of now, he's a player to be reckoned with when we're talking about who can actually win the tournaments in the men's single.
Thanks so much, Dean. It's always great to hear your take on things. Now, that wraps up today's episode of Badminton Weekly. We will be on a break next week, but fret not, you can always stay up to date with the latest news and updates on our BWF app, Badminton for You. Let us know what topics you would want us to cover when we return, and while you're at it, don't forget to share your opinions, thoughts, and questions on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until the next one, everyone, take care and Happy Lunar New Year once again.